very first year when we started with Rivers of Life, and now after a long journey where we've covered the rivers, mountains, forests, and now finally our oceans and coasts, one thing that has stood out is our effort and is our deep collaboration and cooperation with young interns who have fanned out to different parts of the country, be it in the mountains, be it in the oceans, be it in deep, dense forests of central India, or be it in some of the most remote sources of rivers across the country. And at the end of all of it, what we have received are small treasure drops of knowledge that have come to us in the form of these beautiful stories that now in retrospect seem like a reminder or like a page in the history of our own country's growth and our own country's development over the past 4 years. So it's almost been a documentation of how the country has changed, how the country has evolved in these past years, and it has come through the eyes of these very young interns who have done a fantastic job documenting these changes. This journey of collecting stories has been, I think, the key underlying foundation around which this festival existed. From the first year onwards, we had children going to different paths, documenting what they can as the best they can. And when they came back to us, our team would sit down and our team would work around the design and make sure that the photographs and the images and the videos and the stories match a certain level of display. And that's how we approached our entire exhibition.
So when we started looking at seas and oceans across the world, there was a lot of things that have been shaped through maritime trade. A lot of cultures have been formed and reshaped with the coming and going of commodities, cultures and other things. But a larger understanding of this, we were tracing that how did it happen? Some of the most prominent things being the Kraken and other things, how did that lead up? So how did sea monsters become sea monsters, and what is that, is there folklore or is there incidences? So we led to a very interesting understanding that a lot of creatures around the world have been interpreted in many ways. A lot of creatures have been interpreted by West as beasts, leading to a lot of medieval bestiaries. Bestiary being essentially an encyclopedia of animals, but rather called beasts. So to give perspective to all this is a 16th century map of the world, and then we have a 18th century map of the world. In these 200 years, the world was largely reshaped and in the way that we recognize it today. So prominently, something that we can really observe is North America and South and Australia become hugely diverse, and their understanding of how waves were formed, to how islands were raised, to what does it mean to hunt animals and what is the cost of it, what are the balances that it is.
So I think more than anything, our climate festivals have been a story of resilience, have been a story upon themselves of faith, of hope, and of strength in the face of changing climatic conditions. So in this era of global uncertainty, what we stood out with was this deep-hearted love and hope for our nation and the geographies that make up our nation, and not just our nation but the entire planet. So with this hope in mind, we request you, we would be very glad if you can take your time out and visit our festival. It's running till the 8th of November in our campus at Azim Premji University in Bangalore. So it will be great if you can make a trip and visit.